G'day guys, in today's video I have the epic raid guide for the Hydra Epoptis encounter of the Desert Perpetual epic raid. Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you all the ins and outs, all the new mechanics and how to beat this encounter in the epic raid. So if you want to beat this raid guys, or if you just want a few tips and tricks to make it go a bit smoother, stick around guys, you will not be disappointed. As for your team in this one guys, you're going to be splitting it up exactly the same way that you do in the regular raid of this encounter. Alright guys, so you're going to have one person inside left, one person on the pillar outside left, one ad clear left, vice versa, the same for the right side. Alright guys, the only difference is the extra mechanics lie in the outside pillar people. They've actually got a lot more to do in this one. Alright guys, I'll take you over exactly what that is, but first I'll just show you the extra pillar on the outside and where it is. So here's what I'm talking about guys. So if you're an outside pillar person, the person that usually just extends the ability to break the eyes, in this one you actually have an extra mechanic where you've got the same sort of eyes that are on the inside but on the outside. So this is on the right hand side, right outside area, and then this is on the left outside area. So the right outside area is basically just above the doors to where you go in, and then on the left it's basically on the pillar opposite the pillar where you shoot the triangle of eyes to extend that phase to destroy the rest of them. Alright, so basically this is how the mechanic works guys. So say you're inside left, on your wall you see two symbols lit up. You call out those two symbols to your outside left person. On their wall they shoot both of the symbols that you called out. So say it's 1 and 2, they shoot both of those. After shooting both of those guys, one of them is going to come back glowing. So they'll both get destroyed for a second, then one will return glowing. This is the one that the outside left then calls for the inside right, okay? And then that's the one that inside right shoots to destroy. Inside right's going to do the exact same thing. Pass to outside right, shoot two, one will come back glowing, and then that's the one that inside left's going to destroy. One of the things you're going to want to try and do guys is when the inside left and inside right destroy their two eyes here, they're going to want to try and do it at the same, pretty much the same time, because when they do it, the Hydras are going to shoot out containment spheres. They're going to shoot out containment things that are going to trap you. You cannot shoot yourself out of them. You need someone else to shoot you out of them, which is why we're going to have our extra ad clear person on the outside come in and help undetain people when they get detained, because it is very hard to avoid all of these, where every time you break it they shoot 3 of them out. So it's hard to avoid it every single time, so you need someone to be breaking you out. Alright, but that's the mechanic. You're going to be doing this through all 6, alright guys, until you get to the end. Alright, and another little trick that I found guys is that once you get up to your last 3, say inside right calls 4 and 3, and you've already got 1, 2, 3 completed and destroyed off yours, then that means that you can just skip the whole outside right phase basically. So because you know 4 is the only option out of the 2 that you can get, then you can skip the outside phase. When you hear inside right call 3 and 4, you already know it's going to be 4, so you can just go ahead and destroy 4. Does that make sense? Also, once you're down to this amount, you can do the same for the last 2 thing that I just said. It's very common to happen at this point. But what's even better is once you've done your 5th one, your second last one, in that same destroying phase, you can just destroy number 5 and the middle one, because at that point you already know that 5 is going to be next, and obviously the middle, yeah. And then after that point, it's just the regular mechanics. You run outside and you destroy the shield on the outside Hydra as well, guys. So that's the main meat and bones of the like mechanics in this encounter that you need to do to get to DPS. DPS does have a few changes as well though, and I'll get into them in a second. I just wanted to go over a few more points about the mechanics of this one, guys. So yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of communication. There's a lot more communication in this than there is in the normal one. A lot more people talking at once, giving different information to different people. All right, guys. So just make sure that you and your team have a really efficient way of exchanging this information. Don't just be yelling out numbers to each other, because more often than not, you're going to be telling the wrong numbers to the wrong people, and people are going to get confused, shoot the wrong things, and it's basically going to end up to a wipe. All right, guys. So that's one of the main points I have to this one, is that the communication factor is big, guys. Like, you want to be saying your teammate's name, that the information you're trying to give to. You know what I mean? There's no way you're going to be able to do this off voice alone unless you know that person very well. I was playing with an LFG group today, so I definitely needed to have names being called out. I needed to know the names of the people I was talking to when I was talking to them, basically. So here's a little example of it, guys. You probably saw up there just then, I have 2 lit up. So what I'm basically doing is that I'm going to get those 2, I'm going to call it out to my man outside, and then he's just going to shoot both of them, and then he's going to figure out that only one of them is needed for the right room, and then the right room and the right side is doing the exact same thing for me. That's how we know what to shoot. And right there, we're calling 3, 2, 1, shoot, shooting it at the same time. As you can see, there's all the little containment guys coming out to come and get me. But yeah, another big thing is, guys, that you definitely want your additional ad clear that is just ad clearing. After every phase, they should be running in here and making sure that you're not contained, because there's no other way that you can get out of it. They should be coming in here every time just to shoot you out of it, just in case you don't get all 3 of them, because it is sort of annoying to get all 3 of them every time. All right. The only other thing to mention, guys, is that those little containment spheres can sometimes come outside. Sometimes they'll miss you on the inside altogether, and they'll just come straight outside and trap people jumping around here. They won't know what hit them, but that can be a problem too. Make sure your team knows about that and is ready for that. All right, guys. So yeah, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a bit of sense, guys. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. It's just more communication, an extra middleman in the middle exchanging that information to the final person. Alright, guys, we're going to get into DPS in a second, guys. I just wanted to quickly mention, just so no one's confused, that the extension phase where you shoot the 3 triangles and send it into your guy to shoot, that is exactly the same as the regular raid. So extending the phase of being able to shoot the eyes is exactly the same, guys. So don't worry about that. Now we'll get into the DPS, guys. So as you can see here, this is what DPS looks like. Basically, the boss will have 4 shields, not just 2 this time, but it's actually somewhat easier. In this one, the way that you extend the DPS phase is different, but it also doesn't stop you from doing DPS the whole time. I'm pretty sure the boss is a bit beefier in this one, but that doesn't change the fact that you can actually just keep DPSing him through these cracks the whole time. You don't need anyone standing in the light to activate that. As for DPS extension, guys, I'll show you that right here now. So as for extension, guys, basically what's going to happen is that it's going to choose 2 people at randomly, 2 by 2, like it does in the regular version of this raid, except they're both going to get teleported into the left and the right room respectively. And as you can see, there's going to be a shield in here instead that you've got to kill, just like the regular raid, guys, except you're getting teleported into this room to kill it. Once you've destroyed the shield in here, it'll teleport you back outside, and this is where you've got to destroy 2 glowing shields. So there'll be 2 glowing shields always right next to each other. You destroy both of these ones on the outside, and that's going to extend DPS and also take away all the shields, make them way easier to damage. Alright, guys. The only other thing is that what we found was helpful is that the first time you go into these rooms, guys, it is very ad dense in there. But one thing we did find was that once one of the groups or any group of people just killed the ads in the room, they actually don't respawn. So we found the best way to do this, due to being able to DPS him the whole time anyway, was just to have the first group of people that go in, they don't even worry about the shields at all. Instead, they just focus on just killing every ad in the room. Then they see how they go with the eyes. It doesn't really matter if they get them or not, because it's going to make doing the extension for everyone, all the other 2 groups, extremely easy. Before that point, it can be quite tough with lots of ads in the room. You've got Cyclops shooting you. This is just the best route to go, especially if you're struggling, guys. If you're not struggling, yeah, get all 3 damage extensions, why not? But for the most part, DPS in this is not hard to get, alright, guys? It's hard to get to. That's the problem with this encounter, alright? Alright guys, last little thing that I wanted to add before I ended this was that like I said, if you've seen my Latros video, my Latros epic raid guide, guys, is that for every encounter that you've completed in this raid, the encounters before that, they're gonna add a special mechanic from the previous encounter into your current encounter. So as you've probably seen in this encounter's gameplay, guys, we're actually getting Diatol during this one. Alright guys, the one that makes you get bounced up and also suspend you, as is the new epic raid mechanic version of it, guys. And that's because that we just completed Latros before this one. Alright guys, I'm not 100% how this mechanic works still yet, guys, because we've also beat Hobgoblin in this raid, but there didn't seem to be any snipers at all anywhere trying to take us out. So I don't know if it's only the previous encounter that you finished or whatnot, but we were definitely getting a Diatol bounced up in the air and suspended in this one, I believe during DPS and when we were doing extensions of DPS inside the rooms. Alright guys, so just keep that in mind. I still think this is the best one to do first because it's just a lot easier when you're not getting suspended constantly, to be quite honest. Alright guys, well, that is the video, guys. I hope this helps you out. This is definitely one of the tougher encounters in this epic raid, guys. They're all tough, they've all got a lot of mechanics, but this one definitely hurts. So there's the suspend right there, that's what I'm talking about. There's the Diatol. So I hope you enjoy this video, guys. Hopefully you guys can smash out this epic raid, get some of that new loot. If you haven't seen it already, guys, and if you're trying to beat the Latros encounter, the Wyvern encounter, I've actually got a guide for that one up at the moment as well, guys. So I'll put that at the end of the video, and it also will be linked in my description here, guys. Alright guys, have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you want some more guides like this. I'll catch you later. Stitch out.